Presenting to you Green Tea with Zakki, a chit-chat with some of SmartQ's most celebrated people who have explored, evolved and emerged into leaders, influencers and champions in their roles. I am excited to play host with such extraordinary people who have done everything they can to build a name for themselves at SmartQ and also build SmartQ in the process. Stay tuned for Green Tea with Zakki and follow us on this evergreen journey with the extraordinary people of SmartQ. He was one of the first developers who took the leap of faith and left his MNC paying job to join SmartQ. And boy did it pay off. Ever since then, he has explored, evolved and emerged into a rockstar developer. And not just that, he's also become an influential leader taking SmartQ across the globe in our technology and other pursuits. I'm privileged and honored to welcome and introduce Abhijeet Sawhney, our Head of Engineering, to the 10th episode of Green Tea with Zakki. Hi Abhijit, happy to have you on the sets and welcome to the 10th episode. How do you feel to be a part of Green Tea?
Amazing. It's been my dream to come and have a word with you.
Nice.
It's been amazing.
Amazing. So how we're going to go today is we have 3 segments. The first segment is to explore Abhijit's journey, of course, and understand how it all started and where we have come so far. And then we have a segment called Ask Me Anything, which would delve deeper into the lighter side of Abhijit, whom we might have not got exposure to, and that would also put him on the spot and see what kind of answers he gives us, or revelations rather. And then the third and final segment is with our employee engagement specialist, Nurul, who's going to run us through some incredible planned activity that both of us aren't aware of. So we look forward to that, and that's a surprising element for you guys to be glued onto your seats and to us till that segment happens eventually. So are you guys ready to get started? Let's have a round of applause for Abhijeet Sawhney. Brilliant. So Abhijit, like I said, the first segment is to learn more about your journey and explore that route that not many of us have had a headspace into. So beginning with my first question to kickstart the segment is, previously you were working with an MNC and you were on that route to go down that MNC path and obviously work with a larger team and stuff like that. But then at some point you felt like transitioning to SmartQ. So what inspired you to believe in SmartQ's vision at that point? And how did you come to the decision that SmartQ is the journey that you should take?
Okay. So there's been a amazing story behind that. So I joined Cerner, which was my last company. I joined as a associate developer over there. And I saw there was during at that time, there was a trend of having a lot of startups. Yeah. The trend was coming in the market. Yeah. So when I joined over there was a startup which used to do pre-ordering. So it's a very, very, very basic one. You have got a web page and you select what you want. You enter your mobile number and that's when you place an order.
Right.
So you have to place it just before 11 o'clock so that 12:30 the van comes and delivers the food.
Got it.
That's an amazing idea, and it was run by a couple of folks over there, and I got to know that all of these guys were previously developers in Manita Tech Park and they left the job and they were running this. So the best part was they were solving all day-to-day problems. Food is one of them. And we used to do a lot of orders to that. That really gave me a lot of impression, like amazing, there's just always small problems.
Right.
Starting of the day, and it's been a very, the amount, if you do a bulk ordering, and they used to have good amount of discounts for you and everything was cash.
Right.
That time you don't have to pay and UPIs, all of this. So that was a very good idea also. So later, when I spoke to my project manager, she's wife, she's Abhishek's wife.
Okay.
I didn't know about that.
Okay.
So she was just explaining that she had Abhishek, his husband, had basically he started his startup, okay, and the startup was all about the same problem, solving the daily foods, and during that time Manita Tech Park was badly crowded. So she was just explaining us that he used card and payment systems just to place an order. You load the card and that's when you just go and tap it and it just so it's very easy to place an order.
Right.
And I was really fascinated with that. And back in the mind, I was just thinking it would be great if I can join this startup because I wanted to try something new in that time.
Got it.
And I was okay to take a risk also. So I couldn't talk to her because she was my manager and I couldn't approach saying that I want to join it.
Yeah.
So luckily I got call offer from interview call from SmartQ.
Okay.
And I didn't expect it.
How did you get that call? Where did you apply?
I applied in locally, not to the company, but randomly.
Oh, wow.
My resume and they just called me, man.
Crazy.
And I was first of all shocked.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a coincidence. Like basically, it was a coincidence. And then I spoke to her, and she was like, "You have to come to the interview." And the moment I asked like which company and all about this thing, I got to know that it's Smuggler's company.
Oh, nice.
And back in the mind, I was like, I cannot attend it because the moment Mangla gets to know, and I'm fine.
I'm out of this company.
So first I thought let's not go for the interview, but the moment I went for the interview, took the decision, it was amazing talking to Abhishek. So the vision he told me about the digitizing cafeteria was amazing. He was using cutting-edge technologies just to solve daily problems.
Yeah.
And that was the first step which was launched into the market. I just felt like, yeah, this is my dream company.
Wow.
No matter what, are they in profit or loss, but I just wanted to
join.
So I was just ready to take this risk, and Abhishek was fairly talented. He has got amazing techs with him, and the way he was explaining you all the daily jobs which he does was amazing.
Amazing.
So that's when I was got into SmartQ.
Amazing.
I took the decision of this.
Crazy. That's just amazing, the whole story. So when you were talking to Abhishek, did Abhishek know that you were reporting to his wife, or did he know? So nobody knew. You were hoping that the universe is conspiring to make this journey for you as smooth and amazing. This is called serendipity at its best. Basically, when you really conspire and you really want something from inside, I believe the universe makes those inroads for you while keeping people away from it till it's at a point where it reaches its juncture of finalization, which probably happened with Abhijeet Sawhney. So I'm sure that it was not just you, but your drive of liking SmartQ so much with the innovation that even the universe might have had a hand to play with having your resume picked for this role and then having a conversation with Abhishek till your manager didn't know that this conversation was happening. So I think it all just worked out. So that's amazing to know, and glad that this journey worked out from that point of view.
Thank you.
So thanks for that. That brings me to the second question. So take us through your journey from that point. How did you grow from being one of the first few developers, then exploring in that path, becoming a leader in the role, and then a technical lead, or and now eventually the head of engineering. So what has your journey been like from the very beginning, and share your experience in leading these global initiatives as well.
Yeah. So the moment I joined SmartQ, I had only two developers with me. One was Gururaj and second was Sharan. So these two guys were like highly motivated. They were like next level. And the moment I joined them, it was great to have experience from them. And they were also building small utilities or small applications just to carry on the daily jobs for the operation team. And that's when we started launching our first module, POS and Kiosk. And one fine day when I had a word with Nitin, and he was planning to digitize one of the restaurants in, I don't remember, like it's EcoSpace or some other place.
Right.
And we were just thinking about a solution, digitizing the kitchen system wherein nobody has ever done that part.
Yeah.
So just think about KOTs all kept over there, calling out the KOTs, what exactly has to be prepared. So that was the daily job of these guys. And Nitin explained us like, what if we just digitize the same thing? So that was our second application which I built, which was kitchen display system. It's not used right. But we have been converting it to web artists and all of things. So that was the first time we launched it in one of the cafeterias.
Yeah.
And we tested it out over there with less crowd. And it was an amazing experience because we took that initiative and we drive it through all the stages, understanding the key points, what has to be built.
Right.
And that was the first point which I...
That was your first inroad into SmartQ, the project. Okay.
After I stepped outside the developing like technology, I stepped into a product thing, understanding the problems of the operator. Then second instance was where Abhishek had to go for he had to go to Germany, and there was a launch for SAP. And me, Gururaj and Sharan, we developed everything from scratch for AWS, and it was a smooth launch, and we just happened to nail it out. It was an amazing experience. We learned a lot of things. We collectively took decision of implementing small things, and it was a very amazing experience because it was a first site where we are going pay first. Right. That was a mind-blowing experience for us. So through all of these challenges, I started learning a lot, and Abhishek also shown interest that he can pick it up a lot.
Got it.
And that's when it came to foodbook, then bigger implementation internationally. Also, I started building up few of the applications with the product as a strategy.
Right.
and started building many other components. The best part was team was always believing in me. If I take a decision, they trust me, and they always thought that if we go with this part, it's really going to help us out.
Right.
That just with the team, I was able to.
Brilliant. Yeah. No, that's amazing to know. And like you said, at SmartQ, it's more like running the company as entrepreneurs, basically, where you basically take ownership and responsibility for your task and drive it forward. And then the management sees that and invests more in the people to drive it further. I guess that's how you would have experienced it as well from the beginning, and that's how it appears even till date. That whole culture has stood its ground, where the senior leaders and managers see the potential in people driving the company forward and invest in their time and resources to actually help them get there.
Yeah, that's right.
And you spoke about Gururaj and Sharan being with you at the beginning. It kind of makes it feel like these three are the holy trinity of the engineering team at SmartQ, who just stood from the beginning and built out amazing products that are still developing today into grander solutions for people and companies across the globe. So obviously congratulations to the three of you all on that, and you for taking those big decisions, trusting your gut and driving things forward.
Yeah.
You spoke about the global part of it. When did that start? Like, did it start like way back, or was it interspersed between the India market, and how did you navigate that?
We always had a vision to go internationally, but just because of, I guess, multiple reasons were there, we were not able to go international at that time. But just before pandemic, we were all set to go launch in international. But unfortunately, the pandemic hit.
True.
And that's when we were like all in a very bad stage to what exactly has to be done. Just because we were all available in all the markets, Cafeteria is all running smoothly, and one fine day you wake up, everything
is shut.
So, but the best part was even our leadership team didn't think it as a bad experience. They always thought of what exactly we can bring new.
Yeah.
And that's when we first showed how exactly we can bring something which will help the current pandemic through one of the product which we launched was Let's Feed Together. That was people donate, and we show them how exactly the donation is been helping the needies to get the food.
And
it was a pandemic hit reason, and everybody was just waiting for the food. And that's when again Swaroop, Abhishek, along with Sharan and Gururaj, they started building this entire thing in 4 days. That just kicks it
crazy.
It just helps out to bring back that confidence that we can really do something in this pandemic world.
True. Yeah.
And that's when we went ahead. We took up the next project, which was really important for us to go live, and that was the first product for us to go live in international market.
Understood.
So that was time to eat. And as I told, we all believed in teamwork. So every person, including Madhu, Akshay from testing team, we all really helped just to bring that product to life. And it was like sleepless nights, almost like 10-20 days. We just kept on building something from scratch so that we can solve this problem and we can show the world that we can do, and we really did it well.
Rikin, that's insane. That's amazing. And the part that you said about the confidence, it also brings back the energy into the system. Everything seems bleak, down and out, where there's no room with cafeterias and businesses shut. We still find a path to show that there's light at the end of the tunnel by building out the solution that could feed people who really need food at that point in hour. So that's amazing. And you spoke about the pandemic, but post-pandemic, when things started to pick up again and when things opened up, how have you seen SmartQ's technology evolve in recent years, particularly in terms of sustainability and the workshops that are being conducted, and also in terms of the newer tools that have been made available to us, accessible to us, like the AI tools like ChatGPT and stuff? How have you seen all that being integrated, and what do you reckon is the future for our technology as well?
Yeah, I'll come back to the ChatGPT at the last, but let's start with the same. So what we have always thought is technology could be core for any implementation you want to do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sustainability or anything. Technology could be a core for that. So it really gives support for everything. So in terms of sustainability also, that's our roadmap.
Our vision.
Seen the vision for SmartQ, and yes, it's a vision for the entire world to move to a sustainable environment by 2050 or 2030.
Yeah.
That's what people have been focusing on. So there's a lot of ideas which teams have also worked on. We have hackathons which we have done, and we had a lot of experience to understand what exactly sustainability means to SmartQ.
True.
So what we were thinking about, let's say if we make application in such a way that it acts as a like people are able to make the right choice for what they want to have, it's going to be an amazing journey for them.
Right.
So when we say that the carbon footprints, let's say carbon emission, which is being emitted using, let's say if you want to have something non-veg, okay, it really emits a lot of carbon emission. So what we want is, like, if people have been acknowledged and they've been explained, if you eat these kinds of food, it's going to help the environment grow. These things are being brought very near to the cafeteria, and they don't have polluted environments or this thing. They're really going to help people to analyze what exactly they want to eat. That's going to help them out to just take a better decision for their life. So that's one thing which we are planning. Second is gamification really will help a lot. So let's say that obviously people might not be okay to have these kinds of things. Like, why would I just go ahead and just say I don't want to eat non-veg just for a reason? But if you bring in loyalty rewards, if you bring in gamification, that really helps people to do something, because it's going to, at the end of the day, it's going to bring in rewards or discounts to you.
It incentivizes them to make better choices, basically.
So we want to make people feel like they can make better choices in the environment, and that's when we are also, our technology will really help them to grow.
Right. So could you speak some more about these technologies that we are using or implementing, or any new things that we brought to the table?
So first is, I guess, we have been working on Flutter, which I won't say it's very close to sustainability thing, but we want to bring out saying that people will reuse the same component now and then. Okay, and the time which takes us to go to the market is very short in Flutter. Flutter gives us all platform approach. We can go.
Absolutely.
So that's how we are planning for the strategy. And bringing out ChatGPT, I would say it's an amazing experience. If you personally try experiencing ChatGPT, it just boosts you. It's not something which is going to be a challenging thing, because it really helps you to make more decisions. If I go back to the education days, I would really feel bad, or I would really don't feel to ask any question in the classroom. Just think about if people now have got ChatGPT and they just ask anything. Let's say you know X and Y. You really don't know what is X. If you want ChatGPT to explain you what is X, how do you drive at Y, it's really going to help you. So I would say it's going to change how people think, how people help. It's really going to bring a lot of things. I guess we will also we'll try to use a lot of the features in ChatGPT, but it's something which we have to
explore and learn over time.
It's still in that evolution.
Absolutely. I think 3 great takeaways from this answer from Abhijit is, one, about our vision of sustainability, where we want to enable people to make conscious decision making, where they choose what's good for them and the planet. Of course, not just in a monotonous way, but including games and other angles that could foster better decision making ability. Second is the fact about new tools like Flutter Flow. I mean, I'm going to use that interchangeably because obviously I'm not the tech expert, but these tools would help us make more productive use of our time, where we could build once and sell twice in that angle of creating these tools. And obviously the third one, ChatGPT, which is AI, that is helping us take more productive use of our time, make better room for greater conversations, insightful messaging that could be brought to teams and other avenues of discussion. So these 3 things is basically what I take away, and it's very valid as insights coming from the head of engineering, of course. So I'm sure people across departments will benefit from this. So fourth question then, Abhijit. It's been 7 years or more.
I guess
almost. So tell us about your proud moments at SmartQ. It can be of any of the projects you've worked with, the people you've worked with, international relationships you've developed along the path, and how it's made you feel very special about making the choice of leaving an MNC to join SmartQ. What would be those moments? It could be one, it could be more, but something that really makes you feel like, wow, this is why I made this decision back then to leave that MNC and come in here.
I guess. So there have been a lot of stages, like as you know, SmartQ has evolved over time. We started as a startup, now we are turning to be an MNC. So for every stage we got a lot of learnings from leadership thing. So starting when I started working as a developer, Abhishek has really helped us a lot in terms of setting the right vision, explaining how exactly technology can be used in the betterment of the people decisions. And along with the entire team, we always, as I told you, we always kept on focusing on team. And we always were in the same roadmap along with the team.
Yeah.
So from when we went from a startup and we joined with partnership with Compass, the first launch which we made at Shell was an amazing. We learned a lot of things from there.
Right.
I'm pretty sure people like Manish Mamtani, Manish Sharma and Supriyo, they have really helped us a lot, because we were a startup company. We were focusing on Karnataka. We were focusing on a region.
Yeah.
But when we started partnership with Compass, they made us learn that there's a lot we can learn from the pan-India markets, because we never thought that our application will be used in Delhi region or in Chennai region. Through Compass, we learned a lot of these three boats. And that's when we started evolving over the time. We built a new white label solution for Compass, which was Food Book, which was used to a great extent.
Like scaling it across cities, yeah.
Across the cities, and people were like using it amazing. We have got like good adoption level. And that was again a scratch product which we did. PW just came into the market and we adapted.
Yeah.
That's again, team has spent good amount of effort learning PW, using it, and we were so agile in that. And later after that, when we started the journey with international, the first person which comes into our market mind is Rakesh.
Okay.
Rakesh has really helped us a lot in setting up the core fundamental for product at that time.
Understood.
He's an amazing person who always comes back, can we do this? How can we do it? He is a person who has got good ideas, and along with the technology, like when he asked me, Sharan, Swaroop and Gurraj, you always give him the right response. And he's amazing. He's just like, let's do it that way. And that's when we were able to grow in the market.
Yeah.
So through Rakesh, we were able to enter the entire international market. With his leadership skills, we were able to go to Ireland, then to London. And from there, it started working along with Joanna.
Yeah.
Joanna has really helped us a lot in understanding how operation works in the international market.
Right.
Andrew and Joanna, they've really helped us out. And every step we take, we had people who were helping us to win. And that's when we say good leaders.
Absolutely.
And for now, we are at the place where we are focusing more on product, and we have been helped by Mars, who is setting up the right things in product.
Yeah.
So I told her, like, Compass is an amazing company, and for every step we take, there were leaders who were helping us.
Amazing.
And we started the journey 7 years back, and we still have got good leaders helping us.
Fabulous. Absolutely. Fantastic. That's just a beautiful way to put it. I think you ran us through a hierarchy of events that flowed from year one to year what it is now. Different people who came across these journeys, who held our hand, who guided us to scale at different levels, different scenarios, and that's what has made SmartQ a formidable force to reckon with. So basically, that's a great way to put down these thoughts and these proud moments you've achieved, you and your team as well together. On that note, I would love to congratulate you on this excellent journey. The way you have grown from joining us at the startup level to taking us and seeing us off as an MNC with our technology across 15 countries now is just insanely brilliant. So congratulations, a big round of applause for Abhijeet Sawhney. And on that note, we shall take a sip of green tea to celebrate your journey before we head to the next segment called Ask Me Anything, where the curtains will come down and Abhijit will dance to the tunes of the questions created by his teammates. Alright, so we are back with the second segment of today's episode featuring Abhijeet Sawhney, our head of engineering, on the 10th episode of Green Tea with Zakki. This is the segment where he has no answers scripted, but the questions for sure are scripted by his teammates and by the marketing team to put him on the spot and engineer some responses that could really make this a fun segment, and also for the marketing team to develop some great teaser content for our LinkedIn page, obviously. So let's begin. Are you guys excited for the second segment? Can I hear some noise and cheer? Louder, guys. Abhijeet Sawhney, head of engineering. Come on, louder. Awesome. So we're beginning, Abhijit, with this segment. We want to hear some great unfiltered answers. So don't think too much of what you're going to say. Just say it as it is. We might or might not edit it depending on how we feel that day. But the bot.
She told me it's like one word answer.
No, it depends. It depends. No. It is. binary only if you feel it to be that way, but if it's elaborative, descriptive with some good adjectives, it will benefit us more.
Amazing.
Cool. So beginning with the first question, how difficult is the transition working as a team member to tech lead and now obviously the head of engineering? What difficulties you faced?
Yeah. Yeah. So when I switch from all these roles, obviously there has to be a backup plan. In sense, like I always try to make sure that if I'm doing this, I guess all the engineers are bored. Like they are the boring. You don't want to repeat the same thing again and again. So what I did is like if I'm with a developer, I try to make something which I can automate or do something so that I switch to the next role. And those things can be automated and can be, let's say, some small programs, small utilities which can be helpful for others to use it when I'm not there.
Got it.
So which always kept me moving forward.
So basically just make things automated wherever you feel it's not, it's getting them bored, try to fix that and get that. Okay, cool. Please tell 15 people's names from the tech team and collect a voucher from Swaroop. So 15?
15?
Yeah.
I can tell more than that.
Okay, let's see. 15 people's name in like 15 seconds. Time starts now. Okay, go ahead. No time.
Guraj, Sharan, Reddy, Abhishek, Akshay, Mahesh, Ashwini, Arpita, Subhashri, Vidhi, Dhaval, Madha, Dev, and then Priyanshu.
Okay. So 15 names. And since those names came in a specific hierarchy, it could be the favorites of his as well. I'm just adding some controversy here. Okay. Please explain your thought process behind calling an Ola taxi to your doorstep that is on the first floor of the apartment.
That's I guess that's some story which we love to hear from Guraj.
Guraj gave his version. Now he wants to hear your version as well.
So basically it was just like I was high at that time and
high
and there was supposed to be a call from food delivery guy and I used his mobile to place a food order, and Ashwin, my friend, he placed Uber order
from your phone,
from my mobile, and I was not using it. And I thought that food guy is calling me and he's like, sir, kahan pe aana hai? I like, come to the first floor. And he's like, sir, how do I come to the first floor? Like, there is a way, just park your vehicle and come up.
Right.
He's like, sir, no, Uber driver.
Oh man.
And I was pretty high at that time. I guess this is a very...
So were you high enough to start convincing him that no, he's not the Uber driver and actually the delivery guy?
I almost convinced him for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, and then he came from behind, bhai, he's an Uber driver.
Okay, that's a good story actually. I can imagine how funny that was at that moment. Nice. So you now have a huge team to manage. How has it been? You know from where it began. Like I think we already kind of answered it, but how has it been to manage such a big team? Like you came in without a team, just one of the few developers, and now you have a big team. So has there been any difference?
Yeah, it was a roller coaster ride because I'll tell, like, as you know, just before pandemic, we had almost like 7 to 8 team members, and we grown to almost like 70 to 80 people. So it was tough. We have to learn and unlearn a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we were busy learning, but we couldn't unlearn few things.
Right. Got it.
We have been in a process to learn few other things because that's really required for the company to grow.
True.
And that's the transition which we are having now. Even all my team members are also learning quite good things, but unlearning has become a challenge, and we are trying our best to unlearn few other things.
Okay.
When I say unlearn, not the technology, but
just the mindsets of things, how to operate. Got it. Okay, with great power comes great responsibilities. What responsibility as a tech lead you love?
Oh, very tough question, because I've been with a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, the best one is I really love to have the same, like, the next subordinates of mine, let's say Guraj and Sharan. I want to have the right environment for them to grow. That's something I'm like dealing with every day. Responsibility, and I want to take it like my own responsibility, because if I grow, they also have to grow the same.
Amazing. Very, very well said. It's like, why look outside when you already have your team inside and get them grow while you grow as well? That's a brilliant.
We have been like a family. It's more than, because everybody here, every developer here has been like a family.
Yeah.
And the culture is all what we have said, right?
Yeah.
In starting.
Yeah. All right. the one feature of yours that you would like your son to inherit. Speaking of family, now, now you can talk about your own family.
Yeah, never looking back.
Never looking back. Okay, nice. Okay, if you can bring any change in SmartQ, what change will it be?
I don't think so. There's something, and there are many changes, but nothing coming on top of my mind.
Okay.
But there are many.
Okay, so like smaller things you could do, or you're saying like some major overhaul, or?
I would say if I have to change something in SmartQ, would be again unlearning a lot of things. I have to teach everybody how to unlearn a lot of things.
Okay.
And the first one is how to say no. That's been a challenge for us.
That is always a challenge, how to say no.
It's very easy for a salesperson, but for us it's been a challenge for us.
Yeah, so I'll just share one part of learning that maybe you could use, and I've spoken to my team about it as well, and I use it on them and they started using it on me as well. Basically, that's a risk of this particular thing. It's called radical candor, where you basically are not saying no specifically, but you're communicating what you want to say as you should say it, without filters, but without losing humanity. So you're still being the nice person, but you're also communicating what you want to communicate.
Can you just give me one example?
Example, how would I
From
say?
your team, ma'am.
Sorry?
From your team.
There are quite a few examples, but we'll take that offline for sure.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, but that's something you could read about. It might really channelize some of saying no in some ways that are actually not no, but it's no at the end of the day. All right, so moving on, if you could have any superpower related to technology, what would it be?
Oh yeah. So I would say it's a super. Right now, I would say with ChatGPT, it's nothing called a superpower.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I get to learn how exactly it has to be used for the betterment of people, I would really say it as a superpower.
Got it.
Let's think about like Tony Stark. If you would have seen, he just says one system to do this part, second system to do that part. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's kind of a superpower.
Superpower. All right. What is your favorite app or software to use for productivity?
So I use Microsoft's to-do list, and whenever I don't read mails, I tend to procrastinate.
Yeah.
So when I don't read any mail, I put a reminder on the mail. So there's a very good feature in Outlook and all of these things. I put a reminder to that. So at the night at 9 o'clock when I have my dinner and all, I just open it back and it reminds me. Sometimes it's like a chain which is there, but yeah, I try to use it for my mind.
Got it. Does it also remind you of emails that you've sent, waiting for an answer from somebody, and tells you like?
I guess in Google we had this feature. Gmail, like if you send a mail and there's no been response on that, it reminds you. Like a nudge.
Got it.
But in Teams we don't see that. Microsoft doesn't have a feature like. But yeah, I used to use that feature a lot.
Okay. If you could choose any fictional character to be your boss, who would it be?
Oh yeah, fictional.
Yeah. Maybe from a series or show or Marvel, DC.
I would say Chandler.
Chandler. Oh man, I think I would choose Chandler as well.
He doesn't let you go down.
Yeah.
Always like either helping you or cracking out some silly jokes so that you become motivated.
True. And honestly, I kind of try to emulate that in my role with my team. Like try to crack some jokes on and off. Try to keep that morale high that way. I don't know if it's benefiting my team or not, or how they look at me at the end of the day. But that's my intent and motive. But I don't know if I'm pulling it off right. But yeah, that's something
he can really make a happy place.
He can make a happy place.
Through the season also, he has made his workplace a happy place.
If you would create any tech device or software, what would it be?
So I had thought of a lot, but nothing coming on to my mind right now.
Okay, fair enough. If you remember, you could tell us. If you had to eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Shawarma.
Shawarma, chicken shawarma. From any specific restaurant?
Yeah, I could say. So I've recently been to UK, and the kind of shawarma they sell is amazing.
Oh, okay. It's more of Turkish influence, or
it's they have an open box shawarma. You roll it, and it's amazing. But yeah, in India, if I go back to Delhi and my place, you get good amount of shawarma.
What is the craziest thing you've ever done in the name of fun? Besides telling the Uber driver to deliver your food?
Oh, purple. Nothing which comes out right. Okay.
All right. What is the most unique skill you possess that most people don't know about?
Oh, I feel I'm good in motivating few people.
Okay.
Not like everybody, but yeah, with my words or with the language which I say, sometimes purely Hindi,
Nice.
it motivates people a lot. Sometimes.
With certain keywords, with certain keywords,
certain
which can't be spoken on the camera, but yeah. All right. If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would that be and why?
I would love to switch my life with Nitin.
Nitin, MB Nitin.
I'm being Nitin.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
And why would that be?
So the best part about his work is so he's occupied to a great extent. I want to experience how exactly he's able to get things sorted by the end of the day with all of meetings, and he's able to organize it in a very best way possible.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a big fan of his work because I see him on calls every day, and still he somehow manages to get the work by the end of the day with all the meetings, with all the documentations, with all the replies. It's amazing.
I agree. And I think I've had this same conversation with Nitin, telling him, bro, how do you do it?
Yeah, that's what
How do you do it? And some I don't know, some deep dark art magic that he's pulling off day to day at his desk.
Operation.
He should be featured in like a J.K. Rowling novel. He's reached that phase of, doing stuff.
Operation Room
Yeah.
is very challenging because obviously it's something goes. I'm pretty sure it goes with an issue at it.
Yeah.
And the way he handles it, and the way he has got a positive attitude towards that if an issue happens also. On top of that, he has written a lot of meetings and he documents every other things. Amazing. I've learned a lot of things from him. How to maintain my to-do list. That's something which
Amazing. That's something I think all of us get to learn. So maybe if you all want to have this conversation with Nitin and understand how you could bring productivity to your day, while your day seems like it's going chaotic all over the place, and how he manages to navigate those scenarios comfortably with a smile on his face is magical. So round of applause to both Abhijeet Sawhney and Nitin for being an inspiration. And on that note, I think there was no other better way to bring an end to the session, talking about how another colleague of yours manages a day and sharing that insight with us. With that, we've come to an end of the Ask Me Anything round. Thank you so much for being open and giving us these answers. We will merge and edit and make the best teasers come out of this, so that everybody would have a laugh or entertainment. That's the objective.
And there's one more person I will tell you about. One is Swaroop and Reddy. So what happens is, like, many a time Swaroop is like, though back-end job is very tiring and you have to be available multiple times because of the deployment to the learn. This person doesn't ever think second, like, why do I have to be there? And with the face he comes, like happy face,
Happy
he's
face.
always there. And he sometimes tries to pull me also, like, let's do it, let's do it. So that's one thing I would say. Everybody in SmartQ has got a unique nature. And it's all positive towards everything.
Right.
That's why we make it as a good team.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing with everybody. I guess that's amazing.
Yeah, very well
And
said.
we've got a very good team.
Very well said, and great way to end the second segment is that everybody brings their own uniqueness to the workplace. You bounce off ideas, you learn from each other, and then you bring it back to your own role. And people are very approachable, mainly not just approachable with an intent to get done with the task, but also have a chat, conversation, and share smiles with it at the end of it. So I think that's what keeps us grounded and strong as a company.
At the end, you have to share that smile.
Share that smile, absolutely.
That's what we are working.
There's going to be only smiles now on the third segment of Green Tea with Zakki, where we are going to invite our employee engagement specialist, Mr. Nurul Amin, who always has a trick up his sleeve. And today, let's see what tricks that he's going to display on center stage. Welcome, Nurul. Please join us.
So we are playing this game called That's Fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Very simple game. I'm going to be giving you some hypothetical situations which are kind of negative. You have to turn them around into positive. And one rule that you have to remember is you have to start your sentences with "that's fantastic," no matter what it
Okay.
Yeah, that's one rule. It needs to start with "that's fantastic."
Fantastic.
All right. Hope the audience is also clear with this rule and the format, and we're all set to go then. Awesome. So Nurul, you could, stage is all yours. Who do we begin with?
Let's
And
begin with Abhijit.
with the guest.
Okay. You were passed over for a promotion you were expecting.
Oh,
That's a situation.
that's fantastic. I got a break.
Okay.
Okay.
Zakki, for you, you made a major mistake in a presentation in front of your colleagues and superiors.
That's fantastic. Mistakes are part of the presentations, and as long as my team supports and understands that we all make mistakes, it's all good in the house.
Doing really well on this. Let me up the game for both of you. Abhijit, this one's for you. Pretend to be the CEO of the organization for this one. Tap is not working and tissues are over in the restroom.
That's fantastic because the cleaning staff would have been occupied some other place. It's okay, they'll have the time to come back and do it.
That's a good one. Zakki, people are making out in the cafeteria.
That's fantastic. At SmartQ, we make food the heart of every workplace cafeteria experience. So if the food translates into love in the cafeteria, so be it. That's fantastic.
Wow. Zakki, you know what to do after you have food. Okay, Abhijit, a difficult client is constantly demanding changes and making the project challenging.
Oh, that's fantastic. I've got Abhishek looking into that. He will be able to manage it.
You just pass the buck to him.
Not the bug, but he's asking for a feature which is very huge. So let him manage it.
Alright. Okay, Zakki, you have to work on a weekend or during a holiday.
That's fantastic. It's a weekend where it's raining and it doesn't seem like the right time to go out, and the roads are all flooded, and I'm not able to make it to work.
Wow. That's some good level of brain accounting.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. The next building is set on 5. Go.
That's fantastic. I will get to wear fireman's clothes just to see the people.
Wow.
At seconds.
Okay. Zakki, we were robbed last night. All the office supplies, including workstations, have been robbed.
That's fantastic. It's a great day to take an off till all our stuff comes back.
Amazing.
Okay. Abhijit, your boss gave you a negative performance review.
Okay. That's fantastic. Somebody would have gotten better.
Okay, Zakki, the last one. We are locked in office. The locks have been compromised and we have no way out for 2 days.
Who we? You what?
All of us.
Oh yeah.
All of us in SmartQ are locked in office.
All of us are locked in office, and 2 days there's no way out.
No way out.
That's fantastic. Seems like any other 2 days in SmartQ. We are more sometimes just here for 2 days in a row and anyways go back on the third day. So it's a normal situation for us.
Thank you so much. That's the end of the first activity. Do we move to the second one?
Yes, yes.
It's a tongue twister challenge for both of you. Very simple tongue twisters, which we do a relay of. You say it 5 times once, he says it 5 times next, and you both come together and say, pure green tea with Zakki.
Okay.
Okay.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twisters.
It's a very simple one. Okay, so fuzzy wuzzy one.
I have to say this 5 times. Okay. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hairs. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy. Was he? Pilo green tea with Zakki. That's all.
No, you have to say the same tongue twister 5 times.
No, but I action raised. That's okay now. Oh yeah. Okay. So first time is done. Alright.
Okay, yeah, that's a trial round.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hairs. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy. Was he? Pio green tea with Zakki. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy. Was he? Pilo green tea with Zakki. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy.
He's only with him, right?
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't. Fuzzy was he? Pilo green tea with Zakki.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing. So that's such a fantastic way with Mr. Fantastic taking us through this new game and activity which we both thoroughly enjoyed, converting a lot of negative scenarios into positive outcomes. So hope you guys had a lot of fun with us together talking about Abhijeet Sawhney's journey at SmartQ over the years, with the Ask Me Anything section opening up a new universe of his life, and rounding it off with obviously our employee engagement specialist Nurul to take us through a different path into engagement. So congratulations once again, Abhijit, on your fantastic journey at SmartQ. Wish you loads of success, and and on that note, we would like to hand over this fantastic hamper for you. So congratulations, and all the best again. Cool. So
Amazing.
thank you everyone for coming for this episode. Hope you guys catch it on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. Share, like, subscribe, add in your comments, share it on WhatsApp groups, and just spread the journeys of people at SmartQ and talk about it in your groups as well. Look forward to you engaging with the content, and hope you like the teasers and other content that comes with it.
Sure. Thank you, Zakki.
Thank you again. Thanks guys. Thank you, Noel.